Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
It's Monday, August 25th. Mm-hmm. And we're here for our weekly Dexter review.
Resurrection.
Yeah. Should we have done this weeks ago? Yeah. Well, guess what? We're there now.
We saved the best for last.
Okay. There it is. That took us right in.
I got scared there for a second. I thought he was coming after me.
Oh, that was, yeah.
Dexter.
You want to tell us what the name of the episode was, Art?
It was the kill room, but
Is
I
it
don't remember
the
the
kill
exact
room
name.
where it happens?
Yes, where it all happens.
Where it all happens.
Kill Room, where it all happens.
So, kind of coming off the heels of last week, we got Batista, who's been told, "Leave me alone," and Batista's like, "Well, why the hell would I do that?" And is kind of doubling down. He left the AirPods in Dexter's car, and he wants to track him. I can't remember if we talked about this at the end of last episode or like off screen, but there's some major kind of flaws with this plan. You know, majorly if you
With his plan?
With Batista's
Yeah,
plan?
yeah, like, you know, there's
The iPods would already be dead.
that's
number one.
That's the first thing.
Well, unused iPods, if you leave them and don't take them out of the case, they'll last a couple weeks.
You think so?
Before-
Oh, you
yeah,
think?
because mine lasts. I don't really use mine at the gym as often. I use my other ones because they hold on to my ear better. And my AirPods don't have to be recharged for a couple weeks.
You don't think that him like having to like access the locator and see where they are like uses some amount of function though? I mean,
I'm sure it does.
Because he's doing it constantly. I mean,
He's following them.
I'm not. I've never had them. Like I've got similar earphones, but like I've never like gauged like, hey, how long do these last? So maybe it's possible. You know, maybe it's not a total like farce. In my head it feels like
mine
it
were
should.
just sitting in my drawer yesterday,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden it came up on my phone that they were at like 24%.
Right. So maybe it's doable and it's not too crazy.
Yeah, because it's not forever. This is only a couple of days actually, right? Or
Right.
a day or two. So,
Yeah. It's still.
I just looked it up just so we have some fact-based information. AirPods can remain charged for several weeks to months if unused.
Ow. Okay.
Months.
All right. Hey, I'm always happy to be wrong if it's, you know, we got facts backing it up.
Yeah, I feel like Nabil was wrong.
As usual.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a couple things right.
I'm glad I didn't agree with him.
That's a smart move. Anyway,
So, I have another issue with this, and this one is definitely a real problem, though. And
you're going in chronological order. You're not going to reveal the ending now.
no,
are you?
no,
Okay,
no,
good.
no.
Is it going to be that everybody finds everybody so easily in the show?
Wow,
Because that's the
part of it, right? So, have you guys ever spent any time in New York City?
Oh, you mean finding the building? That was so stupid. I agree. I wanted to talk about that too.
Well,
If you're in New York City, right? You're
had
not.
no idea.
You're not
when you
parking.
first got there, you mean?
No, any of it. When you're when he's tracking Dexter, right?
And he knows where he parked, like general
Right.
vicinity.
Right.
No, he should.
Zoomed right in on the building.
Right, like he's tracking
Not yet.
Dexter as if the AirPods
Not the
are
first
in his
part.
in his pocket.
Right.
Dexter's not parked in front of the building. The car's not inside the place where he's at, and yet the tracking is way too good. Like nobody in New York City's finding parking right in front of where they're going.
And if you see at the
Ever.
end, when he does discover him and everything, at
Yeah.
the end, Dexter's on another street in that parking garage.
Yeah.
So he wasn't on the street he was actually looking on in the show.
Yeah,
So he wouldn't have even been on that street.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I think at that point, we're getting ahead of ourselves
Yeah.
again.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
jumping way ahead.
Yeah, that. Well, I wasn't gonna bring that up.
Let's finish more about this.
Let's
then when we get to it.
chronologically get there. We're gonna get there because I got some ideas. On
All
that
I'm
too.
saying is, like, I think these the writers for this either have never spent time in New York City or they figured nobody else has who's watching this. One or the other. It's definitely like way too convenient. Like Batista should be, when he's looking for him, like finding the spot where the car is.
Right.
And then he'd have to suss out from there, okay.
Where would he be going? Why would he park here?
right.
When
Yeah.
he was looking for him initially, he didn't know where he was. He was looking up the street, saying different buildings.
Yeah.
this
But
one,
immediately
this
he
one.
was right there.
But he was on the block.
Right.
But he was right in
wasn't-
front. When he turns
But the-
around, you show you the wig spot.
Right. He might have been the middle of the block for all we know.
And the car wasn't there, though. So it's
car
like he's
wasn't
getting
there.
a signal for
He was probably
Dexter's exact
parked
location.
behind the building. I would
On
think.
another block.
Well, probably halfway up another block, but still, there's a radius when it shows up on like the Find My.
But out of that whole,
And
like, say
that's
two-
why he was like, there's this and there's this and there's this, and he was confused because he didn't know which one he would be in.
Yeah.
Now the second part we'll
Yeah.
get to when we get there.
Yeah. Okay.
So, All right, so yeah, Batista's tracking Dexter. So there's that going on. Dexter is trying to cross off, one more name off the list. We got Rapunzel is Al's given name.
Yep.
And so Al's trying to. Al's like a day away from getting out of town.
He's packing. Yeah, he's packing the.
So Dexter wants to get him. He's like, man,
he's all set up. He's got his kill room set up.
Yep, and he's making plans with him. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna go see Hamilton? Why don't we get like some coffee after? You're gonna have to be loaded up for your drive home or whatever."
Right. Well, he was kind of very surprised that he was leaving that night, not going to Prater's last meal that he's gonna have.
Yeah,
right. Should we call that the Last Supper?
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. Jack it off, coin it.
It's the Last Supper because nobody's gonna make it to it.
Well, yeah.
So
you need a new one anyway because there's no more Murderers Row.
If you think about it. The Last Supper is very fitting. You got Prater's like Jesus. Dexter's like, who's the one that betrayed him?
Judas.
And then the rest of the cast. Whatever. Fill them in as need be.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Good one.
Thank you.
So we got them making plans, and he's
making plans to meet after Hamilton. Now, Did you hear the one line that he said when he hangs up the phone with him? When he sets the meetup up? He says, "I'm not going to miss my shot."
Yeah.
That's directly from Hamilton. Do you know that?
No.
That's probably the most popular song from that show. When he hangs up, he goes, "I'm not going to miss my shot." I'm like, oh, man, come on.
That's perfect.
That was funny. I've listened to the Hamilton soundtrack.
Too much, obviously.
Kylie got mad at me because it'll show your favorites when you're listening to iTunes. And she said for like a year straight, it was the Hamilton soundtrack was number one because I listened to it so much that whenever I was working in the garage, I had that thing playing.
Well, it's funny because Rapunzel leaves because he hates it so much.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Well, he says that, and I mean, like, and this might be jumping ahead if we're just talking about the Rapunzel aspect of the episode, but like
he felt like something.
The meeting never happens. He kind of, he says he cuts out early. We don't even know if he ever went.
Well, he said he cuts out early because it was all in rap and he didn't understand it.
He says that, and
that was funny though. When
it sounded right though. I mean, he didn't look like he was lying, but he could easily be. Because these guys, for a bunch of murderers, they don't have a very good sixth sense. They don't see this stuff coming like you would expect.
Well, he brings up the coincidence stuff at one of the meetings, so he might be like paranoid. He's like,
and that's the whole reason he's leaving town early too, because everybody's dropping.
Right, and then on top of it too, at one point when he like lets Dexter know, oh hey, no, I cut out, I'm on my way out of town already. Dexter tries to like fish out of him like where he is, and like, sorry, buddy, I don't mix. My real life and my Prater life.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? Basically, I mean, unless something happens in the next two episodes, Rapunzel got away.
I think they're saving him for season 2.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think he's out of the picture. That's my guess is he's out of the picture for this season.
For now.
And the mixing of lives comes into play at the end here, too.
Well, if we're finishing up... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was jumping. So
I was going to say, if they're finishing up Rapunzel, at the end of their conversation, he chucks his phone out the window.
Yeah, I saw that
so
too.
There might be something to that. I don't know. Maybe he's setting up another kill in the city area.
Maybe.
I don't know. My personal opinion is he's done for the season.
I think so. Or, I mean, again, this show's been doing a lot of turns left, and, maybe they find some way to incorporate him back in. Who knows? I wouldn't mind seeing him get home and see who like his wife is and like what his like town looks like and whatever, and like a foreshadowing for his like a future appearance. But
right, well, Dexter actually tried to where do you live? Because he was going to plan on paying him a visit. Yeah. Well, that'd be interesting. He just takes a little day trip and takes him out. That'd be something. Mm-hmm. But that's pretty much the end of him for the episode anyway.
Yeah.
What else? We got Prater. Prater's setting up his gala. Gala. I'm not sure the right pronunciation.
That's fine.
Gala. Okay.
I don't know about gala. That's a whole different thing.
And so he kind of tears one lady to shreds because it's 4 disabled officers and she's never ramp set up for the stage.
Right.
And then he proceeds to needle her and be like, oh, by the way, how's that specialist for your daughter?
Mm-hmm.
No, I thought he was trying to calm her down because he thought he had been too harsh with her. That's what I got out of that.
I thought that was him trying to...
I thought he was trying to kind of smooth it over.
I thought so, too.
Maybe. I took that as him trying to remind her, hey, make sure you do right for me because I'm doing right for you.
Well, because she got all nervous.
She picked it out immediately.
Yeah.
What she did wrong on the
stage. And she was like, oh, my God, I'll take care of it. I'll fix it. Yeah. And he's like... You're doing great. Yeah. I mean, I thought he was just trying to, because he's like, you've done a great job here. It's one thing. Just fix it.
And that's probably what it was. But he's also a very subtle guy. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't always come right out and say what he's thinking. But then he proceeds to have a moment with Charlie, and this is probably one of those moments where we've been sitting speculating, going, oh, what's going on with Prater? Was he this? Is he that? Or whatever. at this point in the game, Prater does not. I'm going to put this out there and say Prater has no real idea that Dexter is somebody else.
Right.
He is enamored of Red, from the little connection they made.
Yep.
And he's willing to put his faith in him more than Charlie.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, and then Charlie says that she's very suspicious of him, and he's like, I don't know where you're getting this from.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. I feel he feels more akin to him than anyone.
But then he literally proceeds to lay out everything that Dexter's done and look at Charlie and be like, "Oh, you think this is the master plan?
Right,
he did
right.
this, got her arrested, did that."
And we saw
She's like,
what's
"I
his
don't know
name
what the
attack
plan is."
him.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Gemini killer.
Yeah.
What was his name?
David Desmarkian.
Gareth?
Gareth.
Gareth.
Yeah.
Gareth. That's a good Final Fantasy name, Gareth. Actually, I think in the Office, the British version, there was a guy named Gareth.
No, maybe.
Anyway, moving on.
So there's that, and then by the end of so basically this episode had a lot of like threads that were like explored each on their own.
There was the separate Harrison stuff with the girl from the college.
Yeah.
Gigi.
And you knew that was happening.
Yeah.
The way she was talking to him and flirting with him from the get go.
Yeah.
You knew that was going down.
She's funny though.
She is funny. Her hair looks straight out of the 80s.
It's
she looks like she belongs in what's that one 80s chick hair band? With the two girls that sing.
Judas Priestess.
The Go-Go's?
No, the metal one.
Vixen?
Vixen, that would be a good one. That's not the one. Is that with the two? They were really hot back then, and now they're super old.
Well, that's how they all are now.
Anyway, she looks like she belonged in that band with that hair.
Before we go too far down the Harrison line, just the last bit about the Prater thing. We see that little bit with him and the Gala and Charlie, and then we don't see anything else. And then he kind of pops up at the end, and
You're not going to throw the end in now, are you?
Oh,
that's a big reveal.
Oh,
for fuck's
Holy
sake,
moly.
it's Prater related. We're talking about Prater.
This is what I'm talking about. That's it. Yeah.
Wrap it up.
That's the cliffhanger. You don't reveal the cliffhanger till the end. Okay. That's why it's a cliffhanger.
It's Prater related, and we were talking about Prater.
Well, his are just more of a gentle slope downward.
Oh my God. I knew. The sad thing is, I knew he was going to go there. I knew it.
I didn't say. I've yet to say anything.
You were going to say it though.
It's hard not to jump to things like that.
This isn't Minority Report, all right? You can't go around killing people before they commit the crime.
That's true.
Okay, so let's go back to Harrison.
All right, fine.
Let's finish the Harrison thing. He hooks up with the blonde chick.
Harrison, meets back up with Gigi after one of her tours. He brings her to a party at the hotel. Mm-hmm. There's a little bit of a inconsistency there too, because he also talks to I can never remember the other girl's name, the one with the son.
Yeah. Talks to her in the park with their son.
Like Heidi or
I don't remember.
Something.
I don't know her name.
She tells him though that they both need to find somewhere else to stay for the weekend because the hotel's all booked up. But then, after he does the stuff with Gigi, he proceeds to stay with her at the hotel. So it was kind of like...
But, yeah, it wasn't the weekend
That might not have been the weekend yet.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking. At first, I'm like, how is he waking up there?
And the reason they needed someplace to stay is the landlord shut the power off, or the power and the heat or something off.
Yes, that is also going to be... Yeah, that's sort of part of Harrison's story.
Well, she said her son was getting worse with the mold, so she had to get him out of there.
And he proceeds to lay it out to Dad, Dexter.
Now, did he meet his father? He met him after Hamilton?
The park.
Or was it after the park?
He meets him
after the park and before the disappointment of Rapunzel leaving.
All right, so they're having a meal.
Yes, because of the fact that he knows about the landlord and disappointed by Rapunzel, so he's kind of like more apt to go hunt down the landlord because he needs to kind of sate his...
Which is what his voice of his father says to him while they're talking in the apartment.
So not to get too in the weeds, so let's clean this up a little. We got Harrison brings to Dad the problem with the landlord. Mm-hmm. Dad, he tells it to Dad, but he's like, well, don't kill him. And he's like, no. He's like, I worked in law enforcement. I know the lingo.
He doesn't fit the code.
But he's getting much more comfortable with his father with everything now. He can talk to him.
The fact that he can have that conversation.
Kill him,
please don't kill him. So
he says he's going to come at the landlord from like a police perspective, so maybe he'll respond to that better.
Right. So Dexter kind of slowly tries to interact with him. He tries to do it the right way first. He goes to meet him. The guy blows him off.
Well, again, he's a total over the top jerk. I mean,
that's
for no reason.
From New York City are. That's just how they are.
Yeah, I get it. I agreed with that. With the office,
Italians from Central New York, way better. Oh,
whole different thing.
Yeah, we're more calm.
So after the initial try to nice guy him doesn't work, he stalks him when he doesn't have.
Well, he immediately broke into his office.
He did that. Yeah,
remember he breaks
he was sitting
in
on the bench, and the secretary says he can't go in, and then after waiting for 2 hours for him. Yeah. So,
but after that, he stalks him. He proceeds to be like, "Wait a minute, I got a perfectly good kill room set up for Al that I'm not using," and he follows the guy. He takes him to it, and unfortunately,
I don't get exactly what he was planning.
I think he was just
because he's never let anyone off his table before.
Well, that's why he was wearing the things.
I know, and I know that was the plan, but I mean, why would he do that to him and then let him go? Because now you know what I mean? He was going to show him almost everything.
There was a funny scene before he got him on the table too.
Because he can follow up with him, right? If he doesn't make good on it, he can put him back on the table and kill him next time.
Well, when he first drugs him,
and
he's trying to get him in the trunk, and then he sees someone walking towards him, he lifts the nylons up, and they're half cocked on his head, and the guy walking by doesn't even pay any attention to him.
He's on his phone or whatever. He's just like, "I love New York."
That's why I love New York. I'm like, oh my god,
that was funny. The guy didn't even, because you're not going to look at me.
No,
I don't care what's happening over here.
That is New York.
That's not my business.
Having lived there,
absolutely,
that's not my business. What's going on over here?
Nope.
It's not even that. They're just, everybody's so self-absorbed. They're in their own world. They don't pay attention.
Yeah.
You got 100 people on the same block walking one direction, and you'd never think about the other 99 people around you.
The band?
Is that one of your bands?
No.
No, another little after me. I was supposed to be in New Kids on the Block, but let's keep moving. Gross.
New Kids on the Block.
Dude, you're so jealous.
Did you ever hear the line for them? No, we'll talk about that.
All right. Anyway.
So he's in there with the landlord. He's got him, he's menacing him. But unfortunately, Batista, having kind of tracked him to that location earlier, tracks him there again. He's like,
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
No.
There was a whole thing with Wallace and Batista before this happens. But do you want to address all that at once?
It's after.
Well, one's before, one's after.
What's the before?
Yeah, what's the before one?
Before, he's still trying to talk about him being the Bay Harbor butcher.
I'm pretty sure that was after.
Everything was after with them?
Yeah.
With him?
Yeah, because he basically spent the whole episode alone until he felt like he had the evidence to like show them, and he calls her up like once he...
Right.
So... Dexter's got the guy on the table.
Got him on the table. He's got him all wrapped up like he normally does.
Batista kind of like Jimmy rigs the door.
Batista tracks him.
Yeah.
And then he's on that same block, and he's looking around trying to find him, and there's only one building with the lights on in the front.
And he can see
they're all in New York City. Everything's lit up like crazy.
That street wasn't.
It's the theater district.
If you look at the street, that wasn't the theater district.
Yes, that's why he picked that building, because it was right there when he gets it.
The only reason he went there was because...
There was wigs.
There was wigs in it.
Well, he went in that store because it was close. That's why Dexter picked it.
It probably wasn't too far away.
It could have been, but 2 blocks away in New York City is a completely different ballgame from the previous block.
It was still...
Either way.
But the only reason he finds it is because the store is completely lit up inside.
But it goes back to our point of, in reality,
this one was easier to find because it's the only store with lights on. There's plastic all over the whole thing.
He sees the plastic on the inside.
I disagree, but he finds him anyway.
He finds him, we can't argue the fact that he's found.
Yeah.
Right.
So he finds him, he starts to open the door, and...
He breaks in.
Yeah, but
he's picking the lock.
He's picking the lock.
Yeah, but I mean, so it's breaking in.
So Dexter hears him and he's like, "Shit, well, I wasn't done menacing the guy, but all right." And he like cuts him loose sends him in that direction, and the dude basically
barrel rolls,
plows
down Batista. He's like, "Get the fuck out of the way!
He's trying to kill me."
That was funny though, because when that happened live, I was thinking, he's a cop, even though he's not anymore. You can't just let somebody go. That could be the murderer.
Yeah, it could be.
The murderer could be pretending, because that happens all the time.
But he's narrow-minded, and he's looking specifically for Dexter.
That's true. He is laser focused.
He really has no authority at all.
No, which I love that we finally circled back to.
But like you said, he knows who the killer is in his own mind.
Yes.
So that's true.
Yep.
But a real cop on duty, that would have they would have stopped the guy from leaving.
So Dexter uses that time to get away, and he proceeds to check the thing, and when he puts 2 and 2 together that Batista's somehow tracking him, he tears his car apart, and he finds the pods, and he smashes them.
Now, I think a smarter move for him would have been popping in another vehicle.
Somebody else said that
like
to me.
Like the back of a pickup truck or something?
Yeah.
So then he's following the wrong vehicle?
Oh, yeah.
But it does...
Well, he was so angry.
It does help what ends up happening after. So Batista, once he kind of gets a sense for where he is, what was going on, he calls up Claudette and her partner, and they come on down. And it's just one of those things where, like, moment after moment, Batista's like digging himself this hole.
He's trying to lay this whole thing out, and he's sounding crazier.
And they're both looking at him like he's nuts. I mean, now they're like,
because like nothing he's saying for them is adding up.
Right.
You know, yeah, I came and Dexter was like trying to kill this guy. Oh, you saw him? Well, no, I didn't actually see him.
Right.
I put a thing in his car. Oh, you had a warrant? No, I didn't.
No, I just left my AirPods in his car.
Yeah, and this guy barreled over me, and I described him. That sounds like half the guys on the police force.
So she goes, "Well, show us the tracker then."
Yeah,
and that's when, and it's nothing.
It's like, oh, tracker.
He goes, "Oh, he must have found it," and they're going, "Holy
like,
crap,
oh, boy!"
And then he goes, "Well, look, this is the kill room," or what? And they go, or no, he goes, unless you think I set it up.
Yeah.
And they go, funny that you should say that, because now they are thinking that.
Right. And so, and
he did make himself look crazy.
After that, she proceeds to call down to Miami, and we get Quinn. And I'm really not trying to rag on the guy.
That was his first time in this show, right?
No, second.
Yeah,
he was in that one episode.
Was he in the scene when he was retiring?
Yeah, at the bar with Mazuka. But the thing was, when he was in that scene, he actually looked good. He looked real rough last night. Yes. I don't know if you guys noticed. He looked like he should be...
Tore a couple on the night before.
No, he looked like he was... he looked like somebody from Miami for real. Like somebody who's dressed like they're supposed to be 30, but he was like 55. And
That's
like,
not old.
His face was real rough, man.
What are you talking about?
You touched a nerve.
Your face doesn't look rough.
Oh.
But...
Stop it. That's ridiculous.
So, but he verifies for Claudette... Yeah, no, he's not our captain anymore. He retired. And so now
you see her face go.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah. One of you guys pointed this out in an earlier episode where we were like, do they know that he's retired or not? He's flashing badge, he's talking, they're letting him do all this stuff. There's no way they would do all that if he was retired.
Correct.
So really, they're gonna get themselves in trouble because they let him have like access to DMV records.
They let him come with them
to the prison. Like if they're like, if he gets,
I don't think she would worry about that though. She would. I mean, if it came down to it, she would turn herself in. As far as that, I think
I guess
she seems like she's not the person to get.
That would be
plus he was presenting all his credentials.
Yeah,
I mean, he was kind of making him, leading him to believe that he was still an active officer.
Right, but they did nothing to verify.
That's true.
Yeah,
so
true. They would get a slap on the wrist at least. Yeah,
it depends on how far it goes. Like, if he ends up in like a shootout with Dexter before the end of the season, and then they're like, all this happened because you let him get this close and didn't stop him and didn't verify, like that, it could blow back on them.
Well, we'll have to see what happens with those two now.
The only reason I say that is because them out of the picture draws the focus away from Dexter and the son even more.
Sure.
Right? Because if they stop being police officers or they get in trouble or whatever, they're going to do everything they can to like stop chasing wild theories.
But now they feel like his theories are wacky, and they know he's not actually an active on-duty officer anymore.
Right, so here's what's really going to happen now. Now there's a new avenue for what could happen with Batista by the end of the season. Before, I thought it was pretty clear-cut that Dexter was going to kill him, right? They could discredit him. They could arrest him. There's a lot of avenues
options can happen.
So,
well, before Batista even calls her, she was looking up the Bay Harbor Butcher on her computer when her partner walked in.
Yeah.
So she's interested in the case a little bit. You can see where she's got a glimmer of,
I
maybe.
thought he talked to her during that episode before that, but maybe I'm wrong.
I could be wrong,
I don't know.
So there's a lot. There's still a lot going on over there. So, there was a little bit of stuff with Blessing this episode.
Yep.
Very little.
Yeah, but
I still think I think he could be a serial killer.
Now, here's where I
was so angry.
Well, the reason he was angry was because Dexter blew his shoulder was effed up.
Yeah.
So he went to his daughter for another acupuncture session.
Yeah.
And for some reason, he lets loose that her father was a child soldier.
Well,
I don't even know why he said that.
Did Blessing tell him not to say anything?
I think he said he likes to keep that out of his life.
Yeah.
He doesn't want that any part of his life.
But I mean, wouldn't you think like she said, he's only known Dexter for 2 weeks, and he tells him this, and he hasn't told his family?
Because he's so ashamed of it, he doesn't want his family to know that.
Still, I would think that really, I would have been like, Blessing, you told me. Right. How do I know you didn't tell your daughter?
They did explain that, and he said, I kind of told you that. I think he might have even said something along the lines of in confidence.
You betrayed me.
You betrayed me.
I know he says he betrayed him. He was very, very angry.
I think he might have said, I'd have to go listen to that again, but I think he might have actually said something like where he doesn't want to talk about this with his family type of thing.
Maybe.
I'll try to go back and find that.
I see. The only problem with that is Dexter's very smart, and I find that something like it would be very odd for him to slip up like that. Be like, oh, I got told not to talk about this with the family, so I'm going to talk. You know what I mean?
So you're saying it was intentional, or you're saying he just didn't?
I'm saying that maybe it wasn't like made 100% clear. Like I don't remember.
That could be. I believe that more.
I would say that it's probably implied. Like what? Like even if he didn't tell you that, don't talk about this with my family. Why the fuck would you bring it up?
I don't know why he brought it up. That was weird for him to bring that part up. Yes. And she was already stressed out.
Yeah.
I think that maybe the only reason that he brought that up because she was stressed out about her father and her boyfriend going to California. There was a funny part there. He goes like something like, "Where's he going?"
Yeah.
And he goes Berkeley. And as soon as she said that, I'm like, a bunch of fucking liberals. And then when he has the confrontation with Blessing, I think did the daughter say that? He said that. He called them a bunch of leftists or a bunch of commies or something.
She said that Blessing said it, like while they were talking.
Yes, because that was during the acupuncture session. I thought because as soon as she said, I thought it, and then she said, I'm like, see.
The hilarious part is the person that I watched that episode with last night said the exact same thing too.
A bunch of commies. Yeah, Berkeley's rough.
I like Berkeley.
Watch some videos, you would. Commie.
You're getting them going. Let's relax. We're talking about Dexter.
It's fun. So,
channel Dexter.
Here's the only thing I'll say.
Don't kill anyone.
Here's the only thing I'll say about Blessing. I've heard all these different theories. I've heard people say that they think he's the Ripper, that he's a long-standing serial killer. I don't believe that, and I'll happily take that L if that comes up. What I would say is a possibility, though, between the grief from the death of his mother and the fact that he's killed in the past, I would not put it past him to start killing now. But I don't think he has been up to this point.
Like maybe lose his temper with somebody?
Yes.
Well, it could be.
He really went overboard and lost his temper in this one.
Right.
What do you think Dexter? The way this series is, Dexter, I mean, the full...
Yeah.
That we've probably... Whoever the Ripper is, we've probably seen them by now. I feel... I still don't know who it is, but I feel like they're hiding in plain sight for us.
I still think it's Prater, but that's me, so...
Okay. I can kind of
I did like the thing you were saying about the height wise, but I just don't know. I don't get the feeling, but
that's good. That's the feeling you want.
That's what I think's going to happen. It's going to be somewhere we're going to be like, holy.
So we're barreling towards the conclusion, and in most things nowadays, what we call the second to last episode is the penultimate, right? Penultimate episode. So a lot of things usually happen.
That's a good word.
In the second to last episode of shows, right?
Just before
even in Supernatural, in some seasons, bigger things happen in the second to last episode as opposed to the finale. Sometimes the finale is like cleanup / setup for the next season.
Right.
So we could be seeing a lot of big stuff next week.
Sure.
Well, this one ended with big stuff.
Are you finally ready to talk about the ending?
Yeah, can you do it now? Is that?
Yeah.
I know you've been chomping at the bit, so please.
I have. So
you held him back really well.
Yeah. I know I did.
Dexter and Harrison meet up as they're wont to do, and this time it's broad daylight and just like kind of almost like a dream. Prater walks up and he's like, "Red, I didn't know you had a son."
But when Dexter looks up, I'm thinking
it was very like
I was thinking Bautista.
That's what I was thinking too. As I was thinking
because
Batista
he looks in the slow motion kind of.
You can see the anger in his face.
Yes, and I'm like, Bautista's gonna confront him right now.
Well, the real mistake was that they made him look up. But if anything, he should have had to look down.
Oh, come on, that's just a short joke.
Oh, that would have been funny if he went like this and then.
It's not a joke. It's just factually short.
But they pan to Uma Thurman outside, and she's like
smug.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to get some scenes maybe in the next episode where like they maybe follow him around a little and finally like catch his movements enough to track him there.
But Prater does say, "Oh, you have a son?"
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
so it's out there now.
This is the part where I think he's going to reveal who he actually is in the next episode. I bet he does. I bet he's gonna probably reveal everything that actually happened.
They still think he's. Oh, you mean he's gonna tell them
say
the
that
truth?
He killed Red
because they still think he's Red, but he has a son.
But I think he's gonna say I killed Red. And I saw the invatation. No, he's not going to go there, I don't think.
I think he will.
But then I saw the invitation, and I needed some camaraderie.
But then, when Prater was talking to Charlie earlier in the episode and backing Red up and everything, he said, we invited him.
Yeah.
Right.
But if he tells him who he is, then he wasn't invited. That gives him reason to kill all these people. No, because he's not just a simple invitation
that is true.
On their part.
But can you imagine how excited Prater would be if he found out? He'd be freaking... taking care of himself later. He would be so excited that he's actually got the Behar, who's way better than Red.
Yeah.
He's in like the top 10 of serial killers.
He's in a book.
He's going to be like, forget the gala. I'm going to hang out with Bay Harbor.
Yeah, exactly. I think he'd be super excited to find out that that's who he is.
Yeah.
But then, like you said, explaining away how all these other people started dying now. Or he friggin' tells him the whole thing and Prater loves it.
The only thing is, if he tells him the whole thing, I would say he's not going to live.
You would say Prater's not going to live, or Dexter's not going to live.
That Prater's not going to live. You know, if he tells him, tells him the truth. If he doesn't, Prater could make it to next season.
Wrangling serial killers make him like eligible for the code, though. I mean,
but something might come up. But once he knows the truth,
I
don't think he's long for this world.
If he's the New York Ripper, no, he wouldn't fit the code.
Like you said, the landlord doesn't fit the code. But he was dangerously close to fitting him in. Remember when he said that? He almost could fit the code.
He was trying to. Yeah, he's really grasping at straws.
He was very close to shifting the code a tiny bit.
I think he's turning a little darker, too, as the season goes on. Dexter is.
His father, even though it's his conscience, has been pointing out several times that he's changing his MO a little bit and stuff, and he's changing his attitude toward people, even though Harrison says, oh, you believe in justice too, Dad. So that's a little on the opposite end of the spectrum.
I thought he was going to suggest him to get a job at the NYPD.
That wouldn't surprise me either. We talked about that before. I
feel like that's going to happen. But he also tells the girl, Gigi, about because she can't get a job in law enforcement because of her hand. And he says, well, my father was a blood spatter analyst, so there's a lot of jobs you can do without being a police officer. So that'd be interesting if she goes into that, maybe even.
Right. Well, that's where they leave us. With him seeing Harriman Harris at the table saying, I didn't know you had a son, and Uma Thurman snorking.
Yeah. So just to kind of tack onto this, because it's Dexter related, I don't know if anybody's familiar, but they recently Paramount and Skydance had a merger, and Paramount is the parent company for Showtime, where we watch Dexter. And
I watch it on Paramount, actually.
I watch it on Showtime.
Yeah.
So in a weird turn of events, this doesn't happen very often, but so they renewed Dexter Original Sin back in April for a second season.
Yes.
And after the merger, I imagine that because it's considered a new company, they're allowed to, for lack of a better term,
reevaluate the contract.
That's better than what I was going to say, actually. And they said, we changed our mind. We're unrenewing this. And Dexter Original Sin just had one season, and that's it.
So they unalived the show?
They did.
They unalived it.
Yeah. But what I also read in that same briefing was that it was because they want to, kind of double down their focus on Resurrection.
Yeah, I heard they were already writing season 2 of the Resurrection.
Resurrection is way better than
So they confirmed both a season 2 and 3 already as a part of this merger.
I had heard they were going to do that, but I hadn't definitely. So definitively, good. 2 more seasons. That's great.
At minimum. I mean, if they have more story to tell, keep going.
If they can keep this momentum up, this season has been phenomenal.
Yeah,
I can't believe how much on the edge of your seat you are for every single episode.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to keep this up, though.
Keep this momentum is almost impossible.
To find a group of serial killers meeting, and he's wiped them out.
And to get the cast that they got and do the acting they did in this, it's been amazing.
It has been.
If you're not watching the show, you better get on board.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 episodes to go, and we've been saying it all season long. I couldn't tell you where it's going to go. I mean, you have no idea. There's some guesses, but there's no clear. Here's where we're headed.
I know exactly where it's going.
No, you
don't say it.
No, I don't.
But the point is, if you did, it wouldn't be as interesting, right?
True. Right.
So,
right. Twists and turns.
Get on it.
Yeah, thumbs up. Watch it, for crying out loud. This is our 8th review of it. And we're telling you every single review to watch the show. Watch the show, for crying out loud.
You're still not watching it?
What is wrong with you?
It's actually the 7th.
Tim.
Well, 7th? What are you talking about?
Because episode 1 and 2 came out the same week, so we reviewed those together.
Oh.
Actually.
Such a nerd.
All right.
My God.
That just ruined it. We had a lot of momentum going.
Thanks, everybody. We're sorry.
Bye.
We're sorry about this. Thank you for watching 2 Studs and a Dud. Please like, subscribe, and share this video.